Hi everyone, it's Kenzie and welcome back to this week's video. As you can tell, I'm in a new area and my hair is different. It's because, guys, I decided I wanted to go to a real college instead of the community college that was right down the road for me. Now, this is a very big step for me and I enjoy being here so much. It's been pretty crazy, you know, with school and everything, and so I actually wanted to sit down with you guys and actually talk to you guys and have a story time, because we haven't had one in a while. And this story, I actually want to tell you guys when I was here in a safe place and I actually felt safe. I tell you guys, my life has been a crazy roller coaster since I don't remember when, probably since the 9th grade, and it has not stopped, and being here is like a great gift. But before I came here, I wanted to tell you guys know in story time people like to, so far all my stories have been like disgusting, killing stuff. This one, you guys want to know about my relationships, and this one is a very weird relationship, and if you ever see this, I'm so sorry. Please do not ground me. But you guys should learn a lesson from this. So a few months ago, I think in March, maybe of this year, I have a Twitter account. As you guys know, go to the description below, be down there. And I follow a lot of people like to chat with me, see how I'm doing and all that. And this one person wanted to follow me and I followed him back, usual stuff. Then he says, hey, we started talking, like fan people like to talk to me. If they know me from YouNow or from YouTube, they like to say, you're amazing, I love you. But this one didn't know I was a YouTuber. He's never seen me before, and he's like, hey, you look cute, let me chat you up. So he and I chat. He says, you're cute. I said, well, you're cute too. He asked me if I wanted to go out with him. I don't remember if it was that day, like if it was that day when we first started talking, or 2 days later he asked me this. But I told him no, because I didn't want to jump right into a relationship on Twitter. And he and I did talk through Skype. He did have a Skype, so I did get to talk to you guys a couple of times. And I don't remember what happened, but I think he asked me again, and I said, sure, why not? And I think it was like a week after we started talking. I was like, you know what, why not give it a shot? So yeah, that's why I started dating a guy off Twitter. Now, let's get this guy a name. His name was Benji. Benji was a really sweet guy. He was amazing. I loved him. Well, I didn't love him, but he was really sweet at first, and he is a gamer. A legendary gamer, as those people are. I'm not a gamer, so I'm not big on that, but I was like, oh, you like games? Okay, good. So he said, yeah, it's been like a year since I've been on Twitter or on YouTube, so he and I start chatting it up, like, oh yeah, cool, amazing. And he tells me, oh, I gotta go to Chicago, because he lived all the way in Illinois. He's like, oh, I gotta go to Chicago for a while. I was like, oh, okay. But this is when things started. He was leaving to Chicago with another girl. Now, I do get jealous, but I was not that jealous. I was like, oh, okay, a friend, that's fine, go ahead. And I was hanging out with Shannon that day. And this is where things started getting weird. He starts texting me on my phone because I gave him my number. And he gets very angry with me, like, you don't love me, you don't care about me, you never talk to me. If you didn't want me to go with her, why didn't you say so? And I tell you guys, I did care about this guy so much. I do message him a lot. And I was not jealous of this girl. I mean, I was a bit concerned, but I was just not too concerned to be jumping on the bandwagon and be like, oh my gosh, why are you going out with this girl? Why are you going with her to Chicago? I was not like that. I was like, I trust her. I trust you. Okay, that was it. And I don't remember if it was before our 1 month anniversary. He was in Chicago again. and he and I were Snapchatting because Snapchat, and he was texting me through there, and he was like, we're done. And so I was like, what's going on? Why are you saying we're done? And he's like, I'm in Chicago. I'm on a train to meet this girl. She lives further away from you. She actually cares about me, talks to me a bunch, unlike you. So, bye. I tell you guys, I was bawling that night. And I didn't know it was going to be a 1 month because I didn't really care about that at that time apparently, but I was depressed and I was like, oh my word, and I started bawling and started crying. And I tried winning him back. I was like, oh my gosh, I'll be a better girlfriend, blah blah blah. And he was like, I'm with this new girl now, stop, and all that. And when he told me that, he was like, he even told me he's been seeing this girl for 2 weeks behind my back. I was like, that's it. I blocked him off Twitter, Snapchat, and I erased his number off my phone. I didn't block it, I erased it. And I think a few days, 3 or 4 days later, I get a text message from a random number asking me why I haven't been talking to him. I was like, Benji? Benji, is that you? It's like, who else? And then he and I started talking again, and once in a while, then pretty soon I was back together with him. He had no memory of us breaking up at all. So I was like, okay, everyone deserves a second chance. He just probably made a mistake. Okay, second chance. There you go. So he and I started going out again, Skyping, him going to Chicago. And the thing was, like, he always tells me he's going to Chicago, don't text me. And so I'm like, okay. And then he always asks me, he's like, why don't you text me anymore? It's because he literally tells me never to text him, and he always wonders why I never text him. After a month of that, we go back and forth, you know, like texting, Snapchatting, talking to each other on Twitter. He actually tells me that he's actually thinking about moving to Florida or to California. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I love you. I want to be with you. So let's do it. So I was like, okay. But he had choices to make, and so I was like trying to tell him, you know, all the big pointers of living here in Florida. And because he's actually been here in Florida before, so I was like trying to give him a little bit more pointers. And because you can do gaming anywhere, because I can do YouTube anywhere. Look at me, I'm in a college dorm room and I'm YouTubing right now. And I did the most stupidest thing in the world. He actually asked me when we first started dating, like probably a week of us dating when we first started dating, he asked me if I wanted a promise ring. He even actually bought me a necklace, and as you guys tell, I'm not wearing my necklace right now, but he actually bought me a really cute necklace of a moon, and it's split in two, and it says, I love you from the moon and back. Now, I tell you guys, I love that to death. I love those necklaces, and I didn't get it, but I didn't want a promise ring at that time when we first started dating, because I didn't think I was up to the commitment and all that. But I was like, feeling like, you know what, maybe I'm a little bit ready. So I asked him, I want a promise ring. Thinking I was ready when really, in reality, people, I'm not ready. He's like, okay, you'll get a promise ring. I'm coming down to Florida. I was so freaking happy about that. I was like, yay. So I don't remember how long until later on, I started hanging out with this new guy named Brad. And Brad and I get along pretty well. And one day I go to work and I'm getting all these messages. And I don't want to involve Brad in this because Brad doesn't want anything to do with this. And I'm trying to make sure Benji doesn't involve Brad because this is horrible. On my personal Facebook at that time, it said I was in a relationship with someone. And I sort of was, sort of wasn't. It's very complicated. but not a whole lot of people go on my personal Facebook. Only, only my personal, like my close friends and family that I'm really close to are on my Facebook. I don't let like anyone on there. Brad found that out, and I was okay with Brad doing that. But Benji found it, and he's like, now I know why you didn't want me to find your personal Facebook. And he starts making fun of the guy that said I was in a relationship with. He's like, that guy is retarded, he's not handsome, and blah blah blah. And I was like, went into full girlfriend mother load. I was like, he is handsome. I love this guy. I care about him. And I just was like yelling at him, and he was yelling at me back, saying, does this guy know that you and I are together? I'm like, yeah, he does. And so we go full on text mode of this. It gets to the point where I'm at work and I'm getting all these text messages from him telling me I'm a slut, I'm a whore, and a whole bunch of other things I cannot mention on here. And then he says, I'm leaking your personal Facebook. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Then he says the kicker. He says, and your nude pics. I tell you guys, I never send nude pics to anyone. I'm like, no one sees this body except for my husband. And somehow I've never sent this guy a nude pic in my life. I never have. I would remember this. And he's like, yeah, you sent me it. I'm going to post it. I'm going to leak it. And everyone's going to see you for a slut whore, fraud you are. Oh my god, guys. I realized I made a horrible mistake dating this guy. I think this was during the time that we actually broke up. Yeah, that's right, because we did break up for a little bit. I don't remember why he and I broke up, but he and I broke up for a little bit. So it was so horrible. I didn't want to involve Brad, but I told Brad about it. He's like, well, I won't shame you or anything. I was like, this is why I want you in my life, Brad. But Brad is no longer in my life for some reason. But Benji was so horrible to me and everything. And he even found the guy that said I was in a relationship on my Facebook account. He messaged him saying, back off, she's mine, you can't have her. And, it was so horrible. And here's the worst thing. I get a picture because the guy I was with sends me a screenshot of what Benji sent to him. And it said, and I quote, her nudes are on Pornhub. So apparently, guys, I'm a star on Pornhub now. It was horrible. But the only way I can get him to stop is say, okay, I'll go back out with you. So it stopped for a little while. I went back out with him for probably like a week, maybe 2. I don't remember how long it was because it seems like it was pretty long, but to me it really wasn't. Oh, I remember why. That's right, I remember. He and I broke up because I had a guy kiss me on the cheek and he saw that and he was like, we're done, bye, you slut. So I get back out together with him. Don't remember how long it was. He texted me when I'm at work saying I'm so sunburned or something. I don't remember. I don't text him until I get home from work, which is pretty late at night. I swear to you guys, I'm like, I just get home, I'm really tired. It was a long day at work, and I say, okay. And the next thing he says to me is, bye. Now, I tell you guys, I'm tired of work. I'm tired of this guy. And I went out like 3 or 4 times already, so I'm already fed up with him. And I just didn't want to like fight for him. Like, you know how some girls that try their hardest to keep their man? I was like, this guy I'm no longer wasting my breath for. But I was like, why? Why? Like, why are you saying back to me? And he was like, you don't treat me right. You treat me like crap. You don't care about me. And I was like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna block your number. And I tell you guys, he says I'm gonna block your number so many times, and he never did. I told him, go ahead, block my number. I don't give a care anymore. Like, I swear, guys, I didn't care. I was tired of him. I was tired because I just got home from work. I was like, okay, go, shoot, get out of my life. And he was like, I don't remember what he said, but he probably like called me names again like usual. But that happened. So yeah, I dated a guy on Twitter and it was so horrible. He broke up with me numerous times. Didn't remember one of them. Broke up with me because I had a guy kiss my cheek on purpose to get his attention. Didn't really care about me that much. And now he's engaged. If you like this video so much and think, oh my gosh, this girl's pretty horrible and she has a wretched life, give this video a very big thumbs up. And of course, if any of you guys if you ever dated a guy on Twitter or have any of this happen to you, comment down that below. I want to hear your stories about this. And of course guys, all my social media links will be linked in the description below. You know, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, you know. Which I'm always doing live streams, but I haven't done a live stream in a while. I might do one today. Who knows? Anyways guys, you know, and even if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button down below because, you know, I do make new videos every single Friday. I love you all so much and I'll see you next Friday. Bye!